Good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. I am Supajorn Klinsuwan. Earlier today, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mahawachiralongkorn presided over the royal barge procession as part of the Katin ceremony on behalf of His Majesty the King to witness the grand and memorable spectacle along the Japriya River. Also watching were a large number of Thai and foreign spectators. On behalf of His Majesty the King, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mahawachiralongkorn presided over the royal barge procession today as part of the Katin ceremony. The occasion celebrates the occasion of His Majesty the King's 85th birthday. Also there to watch the spectacle were thousands of both Thai and foreign spectators. They said they wanted to witness the splendor of the royal barge procession and wanted their children to learn Thai culture and tradition. Foreign visitors marveled at the procession, saying that they wanted to observe this important event in order to experience and learn more about Thailand's historic culture. They said they would film this spectacle and show people back home. The royal barge procession, which started at Arun Rajawararam Temple, is a part of the royal Katin ceremony, celebrating His Majesty the King's 85th birthday. The royal barge procession consists of 52 traditional barges, 8 barges with animal figureheads, 4 large handcrafted barges, and 40 other small vessels with 2,200 oarsmen. The procession is escorted by 5 columns of support vessels led by 4 enormous and exquisitely crafted royal barges, namely Supanahong, Naran Songsuban, His Majesty Rama IX, Anantanakarat, and Anekashat Pushong. A former Supreme Commander and cousin of fugitive former PM Thaksin Shinawatra warns the Protecting Siam anti-government movement that if they do not call an end to demonstrations, a face-off between pro- and anti-government protesters is possible. General Chayasit Shinawatra, former Supreme Commander and cousin of fugitive former PM Thaksin Shinawatra, along with fellow high-ranking soldiers, have warned General Bunlet Kao Prasit, leader of the Protecting Siam or Pitak Siam group, that pro-government protesters may clash with this anti-government movement. He and his colleagues, many of which were former PM Thaksin's classmates, asked the movement to stop, especially to put an end to soldiers leading an anti-government demonstration, as it is against the highly valued seniority system. The Protecting Siam or Pitak Siam group will rally again for the second time on November 24th and 25th, saying that if this campaign does not bring about a change of government, the group will disperse permanently. The Northern Region Army Commander has stated that some 500 million speed pills are now stored along the Thai-Myanmar border waiting to enter Thailand. Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubmarung has ordered officials to trace drug dealers' financial transactions in an attempt to curb the narcotics trade. On top of intense border security and setting up checkpoints, Deputy PM Chalerm Yubmarung says the authorities will now track financial transactions and confiscate the cash of suspected drug dealers. Clamping down on narcotics is essential as, according to the Northern Region Army Commander, 500 million speed pills produced by 6 narcotic factories in one of Thailand's neighboring countries are waiting to flow across the border. Anti-narcotics police will soon visit their counterparts in Myanmar to plan a joint clampdown plan. More drugs busts are expected following the recent arrest of a police senior sergeant in Bangkok who was caught selling drugs. And Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubmarung's name has now been added to the list of politicians to be grilled by the opposition. Meanwhile, ministers accused of water mismanagement as well as the controversial rice pledging scheme will not be questioned in the censure debate. Deputy PM Prapasop Surasawadi, who is in charge of the government's Water Management Commission, is off the hook, despite speculation that he was to be grilled for alleged misuse of budget. Additionally, Bunsong Teyapirom, the Commerce Minister, will not be asked to answer any of the opposition's questions regarding the rice pledging scheme either. However, Deputy PM Chalerm Yubmarung will now join the opposition's list of people to be grilled. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra, Air Chief Marshal Sukampol Suwanathat, and Police Lieutenant General Chat Guladilok are already on the list. 157 Democrat and Rak Pratet Thai MPs are accusing these people of being incompetent in terms of administrating the country, violating the law, and of being corrupt. And still on politics, the Democrat Party will petition the Administrative Court after the Defense Ministry issued the order to strip Apisit Wecha Chiwa party leader off his military rank and recall his salary. Air Chief Marshal Sukampol Swanatat, Defense Minister, said that the order to strip Apisit Wechachiwa of his military rank and recall his salary is justified, and that he should resign or provide additional evidence to prove his innocence to the military. Former Prime Minister Apisit is accused of draft dodging, and the case has been closely followed by the general public, who wanted to see whether the former PM and current opposition leader had really used falsified military document as alleged. The Democrat Party leader stated that Air Chief Marshal Sukampol Swaнаtat's move to strip him off his military rank was politically motivated, aiming to discredit the opposition party ahead of the censure debate, which is scheduled to take place next week. As China's Communist Party is in the process of reform, Assistant Professor Akson Si Panisan, an expert in Chinese studies, suggests while talking to our Dr. Rungtip Chonapalai how Thailand and ASEAN should cope with the change in China.
We've now seen the changes in China when they have the fifth generation. So that in the next decade, what does it mean for Thailand and for ASEAN in terms of trade relation?
This is really important change in political transition in China, and I think the next top leader of Chinese top leader, Mr. Xi Jinping, he's quite familiar with ASEAN and Thailand, you know, as he's been to many ASEAN countries. So I think this is quite good implication or good opportunity for us. He's not so new, right? And actually he realized and well aware of the importance of ASEAN region for China, both in terms of economics and strategic importance. But like in the case of Thailand, we cannot, even though we have a very good, positive, fundamental relationship with China, but we cannot just take it for granted.
But that means that China, when they comes, they're like maybe also like the businessman, right?
Right.
Give and take.
Right.
So what can Thailand do to comprehend and also to go forward and work with China?
Right. This is really important thing because many Thais think that the Chinese is like really like big brother, really so high, will give us everything, right? Actually, it's not. We have to manage our relationship with China. We have to have our own strategy or a plan how to make use, take advantage of this opportunity.
Right.
You know, it's not automatic. And importantly, we have to have like strategic to rise with the dragon. Our direction must be very clear that okay, we will hold hand in hand with China.
What kinds of direction you think that we should have?
In terms of trade, international trade, right now China is number one. Export market for Thailand, right? So this is we have to keep is right on track. But the other important thing is FDI, foreign direct investment. Now lots of Chinese investors invest in Thailand,
coming into the country. So
this is could be pro and con. If they come and they can contribute really good thing for us, it's good. But if the Chinese investor come and my how to say
so we have to be very clear with our direction,
right, and balance our interests, you know, to not be too optimistic about this trend now, this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Rungtip. After the Department of Internal Trade in Ubon Ratchathani province was informed about the transfer of over 60 tons of rice grain without a permit, they inspected a rice mill in Khương Nai district but found nothing suspicious. The government's current round of the controversial rice pledging scheme has started, but the quantity of rice being received is much lower than predicted. Farmers in Nakhon Ratchasima province have already sold their rice to rice pledging scheme after the latest harvest. However, the processing of the purchases has been slowed because of the lack of clear information on the steps the farmers must follow to sell rice into the scheme. A number of rice mill owners are urging the government to launch a campaign to provide the public with details of the scheme and to explain the terms and conditions to farmers. Meanwhile, the Deputy Mayor of Buriram Province says 13 rice mills out of 15 in the province have started their latest round of the pledging scheme. A representative of the Agriculture Network urged the government to provide more locations for pledging rice in 5 districts, namely Nong Hong, Ban Mai, Chayapot, Dan Khong, Chamni, and Khu Mueang. Meanwhile, over 60 tons of suspected rice grain being transported without the correct permit has been seized while taken from Kantaralak District, Srisaket Province, to Ubon Sang Charan Rungriang 2009 Limited Rice Mill in Keung-Nai District. The police have charged Kraisorn Seenuan and Komsan Pokachang, both truck drivers, with transferring rice grain without a permit. Also, authorities from the Department of Internal Trade in Ubon Ratchathani Province and the Department of Administration in Keung-Nai District inspected the stockpile of rice at the rice mill but found nothing suspicious. Police have arrested an Australian man on suspicion of child abuse. If proven guilty, he may face up to 10 years behind bars. Bangkok police claim they received a tip-off from the Australian police and arrested 51-year-old Ian Nock Potterson at Suvarnabhumi Airport yesterday. Australian police told their Thai counterparts that Potterson displayed behavior which led them to suspect him of being abusive to children and that he tricked children into having sex or engaged in other sexual acts with them. Authorities said they confiscated one computer from the suspect and that the investigation was ongoing. Potterson, however, says the allegations were not based on fact.
And it is totally scurrilous that I've been put through this with no basis of fact in these allegations and these charges. Apparently I've been charged.
Child abuse convictions, especially involving girls younger than 18 years of age, can carry a jail sentence of up to 10 years in this country and a fine of 20,000 baht. A Frenchman was found dead on Li Pe Beach in Satun Province. He had apparently been struck on the head by a propeller of a long-tailed boat. Police Lieutenant General Kirtipan De Sunthornwat announced that a French tourist has been found dead in front of the Tarutao Cabana resort in Mueang District of Satun Province. Apparently, he had been fatally injured by the propeller of a long-tailed boat. The police identified the dead man, as 33-year-old French tourist named Theron Vincent. After the police were acknowledged, they rushed to the scene to investigate. They found the body with wounds on his head and shoulders. The Frenchman had checked into the Castaway Resort with his wife on November the 2nd and was due to check out tomorrow. His wife said that after breakfast, her husband went snorkeling alone in front of the resort while she went back to the room. Sometime later, she went to look for him and found him dead. Police Lieutenant General Kirtipan De Sunthornrat, an inspector from the Tourist Police Station 5, has already contacted the French embassy and provided assistance to his widow. The police are continuing their investigation. The Engineering Institute of Thailand, or EIT, has stressed again that they have no authority to issue any safety certificates for the Bangkok Futsal Arena. They believe that FIFA's decision not to use the facility was based on unresolved safety issues and incomplete facilities. Suwat Chawprisha, president of the EIT, or Engineering Institute of Thailand, refuted the BMA's claim regarding the issue of the safety certificate, saying that the EIT sent their staff to help inspect the construction following a request from BMA on October 30th. The EIT's president confirmed that they guaranteed the quality of the construction, but verbally, not in writing. The EIT added that they had asked the BMA to check and test fire safety evacuation plans and that the EIT has no rights to issue a warranty certificate to the Bangkok Futsal Arena. In order to protect their organization's credibility, they issued a formal statement of clarification. The Department of Public Works and Town and Country Planning is in charge of the newly built stadium. Meanwhile, Democrat Party leader Apisit Wechachiwa yesterday defended City Hall over FIFA's decision, saying that the construction was delayed largely by last year's floods, noting the final stage of the arena's construction was not slated for completion until April next year, according to construction agreements. And that pretty much wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. Please do enjoy your weekend. I'm Supajon Glinsuwan. Sawadee Krap.